Okay.
So that's what this thing does. Carbonizes the first part where it takes all the heat, and then eventually there's nothing left. It just won't sustain combustion, and so it eventually goes out. But you're left with the original carbon on the trees that take it the worst.
Okay.
Now now that's one thing that we do, and this is for the vegetation.
Okay.
Okay, so this is giving you, not only are you doing some ground clearance and you're doing some thinning, which is desirable for it to get your defensible space, but when you have a long-term fire retardant treatment, you've just made your plants an asset instead of a liability. Now, the coup de grace, so to speak, if there is a fire coming and you have an ember shower, now, and we know for a fact that embers will travel up to 3 miles downwind. We know that for a fact. Matter of fact, there was an interesting study done in Rancho Bernardo. We have empirical data to show which homes caught on fire from embers. So one home catches another home on fire, but half a mile down the road. So the homes were catching on fire that weren't up against the brush areas. I mean, those were catching on fire too. But it was the homes further down from the ember showers that were catching on fire as well. And a lot.
So if these embers, if you've got your house and your garden sprayed, and these embers, as the fire approaches, you've got a little bit of clearance area, the embers approach, it's going to put those embers out before they can start that fire and fuel and get to the house.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
So it just won't.
Okay.
Now, you can buy these actually through our company. It's probably the only place that I know of in Southern California to buy them. It's Fire Pro USA. You can go to the website, which is fire-pro.org, and you can go to our website. All the information is on there for them.
Now, do you go to people's homes to instruct them and
yes,
and figure out how much spray they need?
Right. We do a full consultation with them to make sure that they're getting the right things that they need.
What would you say to the average homeowner who calls you out and says, you know, how do I do this? What kind of equipment do I need?
Well, one thing that if someone is going to stay and defend, then we do not, like I said before, we don't recommend garden hoses. We recommend an actual firefighting system, something the firemen would use. And that's this unit over here. And there's many like it. This one happens to be unique because it comes with a 250-gallon portable water tank, which is actually on the back of it. You can't see it. But this is, it rolls up behind it. It's 250 gallons. And what it does is it allows you to make gel. And that's what you want to fight a fire with. Or actually, you're not even going to fight the fire. You're going to gel whatever it is you don't want to burn, your home or your trees, your car, whatever it happens to be. And then you go inside and you turn the TV on and you watch what's going on because you're going to be safe. Because you've taken the right preparation, you've done the right prevention, you've gelled your home, the gel will withstand the fire. And we'll demonstrate the gel.
Okay.
With gelling your home, I understand a lot of the fires start up in the eaves of the house.
Correct.
So if you just want to spray the eaves, is that protection enough?
That's right. If you have a stucco home or a brick home, that's really all you do is you spray the combustible areas. You also spray your windows if you happen to have an exposure problem. If you have a lot of trees, or if you park your motorhome next to it, next to your window, whatever it happens to be, the radiant heat alone can go through the window and ignite fires on the inside of the home. Now, we've seen fires burning on the inside of the home because of the radiant heat went through the window, and there's nothing burning on the outside.
Even with dual pane windows?
Dual pane is good. You want dual pane windows. Dual pane buys a lot of time for you. Absolutely. Good point to make. Yeah, those single pane windows are the problem.
Will the gel reduce that radiant heat?
Absolutely. In fact, we're going to demonstrate it right now, how it reduces the heat. Okay, let me just, on camera you probably wouldn't be able to see the flame, so we have this stick here to show you that it is in fact burning. Now I'm going to put it over here next to the gel.
And it's
Okay,
not,
it's not burning now.
No.
The other thing, I'm going to extinguish that. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just dip my hand in here like you would the put it on your home.
and that doesn't, that's not, is
I
it
wouldn't want to do that without gel.
No.
Your hand up, Lois.
I'm the tester.
I would.
And then the cleanup with this particular gel, this is fire ice gel. There's many out there. This happens to be the one we like. That's done. That's cleanup, is that simple.
Amazing.
Now, if you, let's say you put the gel on and you couldn't take it off right away. That's okay, let it lay there. All that's going to happen is it's just eventually going to dry up back to the powder form and it'll flake off. It's like glazed
Like
donuts.
white stuff that flakes off.
Exactly. Now you want to
Can't
clean.
be worse than the red stuff they drop.
No, this is, yeah, this is clear and this is actually very easy to clean up. If you wanted to hose it off after the fire, you would just take water and it just comes right off with water, as you see.
Okay.
Now the other thing you could do is if you put it on too early, let's say you get nervous or it looks like the fire is approaching, you spray your whole home and then you realize, wow, fire's still a ways off. You can actually take your garden hose now and rehydrate this gel. It brings it back to life. You just don't want
Must be like a sprinkle.
a light sprinkle, just, and you can see it. You can actually see it and you feel it. It's kind of slimy, but you can rehydrate it. You don't have to take it off.
Wow.
Now, after it's been on there a certain amount of time, of course, you're not going to be able to rehydrate it.
You probably
But-
would want to do it on an annual basis.
Well,
during
this
fire
goes.
season.
Well, this actually goes on right before the fire. This is for the stay and defend people.
Okay,
This is
the
for
gel
someone.
is the stay and defend.
Yeah, if you're going to stay and defend, you want a gel because the gel is so effective. And like with a 250-gallon tank of gel, you're able to do a typical 3,000 square foot home and the surrounding property. And if you have your car out there, you'll have enough to do your car as well. But the thing is, this is going to protect you against radiant heat, convection, and embers. Particularly if you've got the ember-proof vents or if you've done something proactive to take care of any possible embers that are going in your home. And the fact is, if you stay home, you're there now to patrol your own home. If you do have a little spot fire somewhere, you're there to put it out.
Yeah.
But again, this is something that we don't take lightly. That's why we train people. And we say, you've got to wear the proper clothing. It's entirely important to do that. You've got to be trained. You have to train on this unit. You have to
Yeah.
be able to put this unit into effect. So, yeah, we do not take staying and defending lightly. We're just as likely to say, you know what? If you need to leave, you leave. A service like ours will come and we'll defend your home for you, because we do that too.
You could actually spray, walk away, and hope for the best.
Okay, now here's the thing. We don't want you to gel the home and then think you can leave. Reason being is more people are killed fleeing than they are staying in their home. You know, when firemen get overrun by fire, you know where they go?
Underground.
No, they go in the house. If they're defending, if they're on the field and they're trying to protect a home and the flames are so intense that they have to take refuge, they go inside the house because that's where it's safest. They let the fire pass, they come out and they start putting out spot fires.
Yeah, but typically, when the fire came up over that hill in your area, Diane could have sprayed her property, gotten her animals together, taken them out, and the house would have been reasonably safe because she had done this preparation. She wouldn't have to stay and defend.
No,
She has defended by doing the application.
exactly. 95% of creating the no burn zone is in the preparation and the prevention.
Okay.
Absolutely. The critical thing is what we don't want people to do is to feel like they can wait for the fire to come, gel their home, and then feel like they're safe to leave.
Yeah.
Because that fire travels so fast. When it's a wind-driven fire, now if it's what we call a backing fire, where it's kind of moving up against the wind, or it's moving very slow because the wind has died down, that's a great time to actually extinguish the fire.